I just can't talk to the machine. I like to see your beautiful smiles. Harshal, smile, smile. These are beautiful days. You can't be so sad. I want to see, yeah, like that makes my day when I look at all of you, like, with your beautiful smiles and all. Apart from that, I just feel as if I'm talking to the machine. Many of you must have been Jen, some of you. I mean, it's the celebration time, whether we call it Pajushan, whether it is the Ganesh Chaturthi, we all are celebrating, right? So many are still the black screen. What is happening? Kulbir, Kavita, Geeta, Rajni, Anushri, Natasha, Amita, Himali, Suman, Lata, Dr. Varsha, Rekha, like, guys, please switch it on. Your screen's open. Yeah, I know who is it that, I'm communicating to. So today is a special Ganesh Chaturthi week as the Visarjan will happen. For years, we have seen that, people get Ganesh, they get Gauri, then there is a special Gauri Visarjan, Ganesh Visarjan. And majority knows one thing, that time you can't move out of the house. There is a lot of traffic, roads are shut. But what is the significance, like the mythology wise? Who started the Ganesh festival? When was it started? And if we have to understand it from the perspective of the Theta way of living, what would that be? So before I say, I would like to hear, like, is there anyone on the group who actually brings Ganesha or Gauri at their home? And if there is someone who brings it, like, why do they bring it? What is the significance? You must be bringing it in your building, in your society, or in your own house. Is there anyone? You can please raise your hand and let me know. No one brings Ganesha? I'm not ready to believe that. Of course, Ganesha is being brought. Or any of your relative, like, somebody whom you know is getting the Ganesha. No one has raised their hand. Wow. Nobody on this group brings Ganesha. Okay. Pala is saying you bring Ganesha to remove obstacles. Okay. I want, even if you don't bring Ganesha, you all can tell me that according to you, why do people bring Ganesha at home for 10 days? What does that signify? Who would like to speak? Raise your hands. If I would say this is a Q&A, question answer session, everybody will raise their hands. When I'm saying that, I mean, you tell me, and I am 100% sure none of you are so much like ignorant about it. You all know that. Manjuji, there is the Ganesha in your society which comes. Your granddaughter did the dance performance there. I know that. Anushi was here. Anushi just left. Anushi, I know your aunt always gets a Ganesha. So majority of you have seen that. So what does the Ganesha signify? Now, like, okay, forget about that. So Dr. Varsha is saying Lokmanya Tilak started this. We bring prosperity, peace, buddhi. So Ganesha brings shanti, buddhi, prosperity. And that's why we bring Ganesha home. Dr. Varsha, can you tell me why did Lokmanya Tilak started it? What was the intent behind it? You are right that Lokmanya Tilak started it as a festival during the time when the Britishers were here. Now, anyone's guess why he started it during that time? That people actually started celebrating it, and it's only for 10 days that we do it. Anyone would like to comment? I think Dr. Varsha is... Yes, Dr. Varsha, can you just tell us more that why did Lokmanya Tilak start this festival?
I think just to so that all people can come together and share their feelings together, and a kind of a festival where you can exchange your ideas, exchange your culture, and start learning from people, understand, get more buddhi or whatever. Saraswati also blesses you once the Ganesha comes. He was a freedom fighter. Lokmanya Tilak, when he started, uh, maybe it is basically to get the people together.
Yeah, basically to get people together. So there has to be something which is a common thread. And if there is a common thread which everybody has a belief in, then everyone wants to work towards that common thing. And even today, as we see that majority time during the festival, like people are very much charged up. People are united. That time nobody is remembering their resentment, regrets, what had happened to them. Even if you are resentful towards someone and there's a Ganesha at their home, you will still go there. That entire environment is very, very different. And that time we don't even remember what is happening. So that point of time, he definitely started it more to unite people for that oneness. Rest, how many of you know the story of Ganesha? I'm sure you all know the story of Ganesha. Why the Ganesha has the elephant trunk or the elephant ears and what had happened. Who would like to share their perspective on the group? Natasha is saying Indians couldn't gather together in large numbers, so having a celebration centered around God, let that happen. Yes, but now moving towards the mythology. Before we move towards our understanding. So mythologically, what is the significance of Ganesha? We all call it Vignaharta. So Vignaharta definitely means that the Vigna, the obstacles that will come into my life, Harta, that this energy has the power to remove that. And that's why, like any thing that is happening in your life, like if you go to somebody's house, at the entrance, there will be a Ganesha. If somebody is getting married, the first puja will be performed of the Ganesh puja. They say, like, without inviting Ganesha, you cannot have a celebration or a function. Whether it is you are entering a new house and a puja, or you are doing for the Vastu puja, again the Ganesha. For anything and everything, there is always first, they say कि गणेश की स्थापना करो. गणेश की स्थापना रहेगी, तब हमारी फंक्शन में, हमारी पूजा में जो भी विघ्न है, वो विघ्न हरते हैं. और गणेश जी आते हैं, उसके बाद वो बोलते हैं कि गणेश एंड लक्ष्मी. Diwali also we put Ganesh and Lakshmi. And like obviously Diwali time, and there are many days like the Saraswati Puja, but every time the Ganesha is the first one, which we just bring Ganesha's energy there, right? So who would like to share mythologically what had happened to Ganesha? Why he is not a very, very simple, normal human form? Guys, you all know about it. Like, why is it that no one is raising their hand? Suddenly, everybody has become so shy to come on the group and share about it. Neeta ji, aap bataiye. Neeta Rajkumar. Please unmute Neeta Rajkumar. महक प्लीज अनम्यूट नीता राजकुमार. नीता जी आप बताइए, आपको क्या पता है कि गणेशा की स्टोरी क्या थी?
No, not much.
Not much. Bina has raised her hand. Unmute Bina. Please unmute Bina.
Yeah, first of all, it's really been connecting after a long time. So now to answer the question that you have shared, there is a lot of significance of each and every part of Lord Ganesh, and I'm really feeling overwhelmed and sharing that as of now. So like, the one task that the Ganesha has,
Your
the
voice is very unclear, Bina. We can't hear.
okay, is it audible now?
Yeah, but there are a lot of sounds coming together. So,
So
yeah, I could just hear that there is a lot of significance of Ganesha.
yeah. So if I want to say about every part of his body, what significance he has, especially on the occasion of this Ganesha festival. First of all, like correctly said by you, any task or anything that we starts with Ganesha's, we invoke and we call upon his blessings by at least chanting one of the mantras. Then to tell about the person of body, just one touch means that retain what what is good and let go what is bad. And when he's home in this right hand, in this mudra, what he has,
Let go of what? Your voice is breaking so much. Let go of?
let go of bad. So the
Let go of
that
bad
what is
energy.
bad, right? So retain what is good and let go of what is bad. We had actually, if we go according to the mythological story, we had actually broken half of his desk and had thrown towards our moon. So now again, Mudra, it shows the blessings or the guidance towards the spiritual path. And if I were to talk about his large tummy, it signifies perfectly digest all the good and bad, even bad, digest it, just digest it, is what it signifies. And even his small eyes signifies to focus and concentrate as such. Then his large big head signifies to think big, large ears.
The voice is not clear at all, Bina. We like really like it does like one word we pick up, but your voice is unclear. I will say what Bina is
Is
saying.
it audible now? I'm just trying
No, it is
to.
not clear. It is audible, but it's not clear.
Okay. So I'll carry on. I was telling that his big head signifies to think big, large ears signify to listen more.
So I will just clear because like her voice is not clear. She's talking about digest good and bad both with the big tummy. She's talking about that when the Ganesha comes, let go of the bad. She's talking about that the small eyes is to be like more focused, right? Then she is, what are the other points you were talking about?
I spoke about tummy, his last tummy, to
The
digest
digest good and
and
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
In the blessings, especially this hand, Mudra, in this right hand, it again signifies means blessings and guidance on the spiritual path.
Blessings and guidance on the spiritual path. That is all, because your voice is so unclear, Bina. So Ganesha is the representation of rebirth. It is all about the rebirth. And it has been said in the mythology, there is a story where it has been said that the goddess Parvati created Ganesha from the earth. And she created a human form, but then it has been said that when she went for the bath, she asked Ganesha that don't allow anyone to enter the place. And Lord Shiva came out from his meditation at that time, and he came, and Ganesha refused that you cannot enter. And Lord Shiva is not aware that Ganesha is my son. And there is a battle which happens between Lord Shiva and Ganesha. And Lord Shiva, like actually, like he kills him at that time, and then there is resentful and remorseful, and he sends the people and said, whoever is first hit and they find an elephant, and then that head is being put on him. This is all the mythological story about it. And then whether it is a religion, whether it is a mythology, everything is, in our understanding, is all about a consciousness. If we just break the boundary of the understanding of what we have heard and keep it limited to that, if we just allow ourselves to tap into that consciousness, whether you are worshipping Ganesha, whether you are worshipping Lakshmi Ji, whether you are worshipping Saraswati, Lord Mahavira, Jesus, Krishna, Ram, more than a particular name and the qualities, we worship them because at a deeper level, it is only about that God. These are the attributes and the qualities you have, which makes me believe that you are superior to me, or that is why we call them God. And these are the qualities and attributes I would like to get into my life. जो गुण आप सर्वगुण संपन्न हो और जो गुण आप में है, मुझे यही गुण मेरे भी अंदर आए, उसीलिए मैं आपकी पूजा करती हूँ. और उस समय भी वो गणेशा मिट्टी में से बनाए गए थे, और आज भी लोग मिट्टी में से बनाते हैं और फिर 10 दिन के बाद उसका विसर्जन करते हैं. उसके लिए भी पूछा जाता है कि why you don't keep it permanently? And the answer that comes is that you let go of that, because the kind of power, and like when 10 days with full dedication, when you are worshipping it, the energy that it creates, the normal human frequency cannot take it. Though simultaneously, it is a fact where everybody in their house would actually have a Ganesha in their house. Like हर एक के घर में कहीं ना कहीं एक गणेश की मूर्ति रहती है. Especially I'm talking about the majority of the Indian households, irrespective of whether what religion they are, whether they are Hindu, whether they are Jain, they would keep. And now a lot of countries abroad also are doing the Ganesh Visarjan. They also actually bring, and like people do it now in a new way of like ecosystem and all. So today's focus is more on where are we blocking it. जब हमें पता है कि मुझे यही चाहिए, यदि आज हम लोग हमारे number one, like coming to the first point of it, how many of you actually are constantly, or not even if you constantly, are criticizing your own appearance? हमें अपने appearance से ऊपर कैसे आना है? How many of us say that, you know what, like, God, you should have given me like little more hair, or you should have given me my eyes little more bigger, or my skin little more fairer, and my nose, like, you know, you go for the plastic for that, like little more sharper. And like, you know, I mean, oh, I think there is little more fat here, that should have gone. And my teeth should have been like this. Or feel like tummy to like that 6 packs, like it has to be like this. Ears to कान तो ऐसे होने चाहिए, नाक तो ऐसा होना चाहिए, arms तो ऐसे होने चाहिए, पाँव तो ऐसे होने चाहिए. Oh, I look too fat, my thighs, there is so much weight I am putting on my thighs. So there is so much this thing. We all constantly criticize ourselves, forget about what others do. हम एक तरफ गणेशा को लाते हैं. यदि आज के जमाने में यदि किसी ह्यूमन का फॉर्म एक्चुअली लॉर्ड गणेशा जैसा रहा, हम लोग उसको देखकर वर्शिप करेंगे या हम क्या करेंगे? If you don't know the Lord Ganesha exist, कोई ह्यूमन बीइंग आ जाएगा सडनली कोई एनिमल का हेड लेकर और एक बहुत बड़ा सा पेट लेकर, बहुत बड़े से कान लेकर, हम लोग उनके और कैसे देखेंगे? जैसे लाइक ये क्या नई अजाइबी आ गई है. We all would be gossiping, criticizing, and all. So the first lesson, if we have to understand, is the acceptance. Like लोग अपने गुणों के लिए जाने जाते हैं. People will remember you, worship you, praise you, trust you for the qualities that you have. And then you are the trendsetter. Gan मतलब लोग. पति मतलब जो उन लोगों का लीडर हो, जो उनको रास्ता दिखाए. लोगों को जो रास्ता दिखाने वाला है वो है गणपति. तो do you want to be Ganpati, or do you want to be in the herd mentality and continue like that? So the first activity for today is, like, I want each one of you to right now think about 3 things that you criticize your own self for. What are these 3 things that you are on your physical appearance you criticize yourself for, or you are not comfortable with yourself for? सिर्फ आपको 3 चीजें अपने आंख बंद करके अपने खुद के बारे में सोचनी है कि जिसके लिए आप खुद इतने कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो. चाहे वो आप बोल रहे हो कि अरे मेरी उम्र अब बढ़ गई, चाहे मेरे बाल सफेद होने लगे, चाहे मेरा नाक थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा है, चाहे लाइक थोड़ी और मेरी स्किन गोरी हो जाती, थोड़ी और मैं पतली हो जाती. I want, that perfect size and perfect shape. Like हर एक को चाहिए वो मिस इंडिया वाला फिगर और मिस्टर इंडिया वाला फिगर. तो वो कौन सी 3 चीजें हैं जो आप अपने आप को स्वीकार नहीं कर पाते? So I'm giving you guys quick time for 10 seconds. Close your eyes, think about it. If you are writing it, please write it down in the diary that these are 3 things. And if you think you have perfectly accepted your physical appearance, think about your mental and emotional thing. And if you have taken a note of it, that what are these 3 things? The second thing, the second lesson that we would like to get into our lives today is that Ganesha's own father killed him. Imagine if your father, any family members, will even shout at you, will speak to you in the language that you do not like it. What is your reaction to that? Are you in complete acceptance? You let go and you move on? You are resentful about it? You will reject him out of your life? You will start hating that person? And we all know the relation which is the closest to us, we get hurt the most. यदि आपके ही परिवार का कोई सदस्य आपके साथ, आपको मारना तो बहुत दूर की बात है, वहां पे तो फिजिकल फाइट हुई थी दोनों के बीच में बहुत समय तक. यदि if God Ganesha could have said, लेकिन मेरी बात तो सुनो, मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूं? क्योंकि मेरी मम्मी ने बोला है कि किसी को मत जाने दो, आप 5 मिनट का धैर्य रखिए, वो बाहर निकलेगी, वो हाँ बोलेगी तो मैं बहुत ही मान और सम्मान से आपको लेकर जाऊंगा. लेकिन सामने वाले ने उसकी बात ही नहीं सुनी. भीषण युद्ध भी हुआ, सामने वाले ने उसे मारा भी, फिर जो भी हुआ, और फिर किसी हाथी का मुख लगा. यदि हम माइथोलॉजी को मानते हैं तो mythology is there as a way of understanding. यदि मेरी जिंदगी में आज यदि ये चीज होती है जो मेरे जिंदगी के इतने करीबी है, मैं बोल रही हूं लेकिन सामने वाला सुन ही नहीं रहा है, they don't want to listen to me, they don't understand, what will I carry? कोई मुझे समझता ही नहीं है. No one understands me. How many of you feel that? Write down. If you genuinely celebrate, then don't celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi. Then don't say I believe in Ganesha. Any god, first take in their consciousness. Even if you talk about Krishna, Janmashtami also went. Krishna didn't cry whole night. भगवान मैंने ऐसे क्या कर्म किए थे, मेरा जन्म जेल में हुआ, मेरा मामा खुद मुझे मारना चाहता था, इतनी बारिश में एक दिन तो बारिश कम करते कि मुझे जाना पड़ा, जहाँ किया मैंने जिसको प्यार किया वो मुझे नहीं मिला, ये किया मेरा तो like he didn't cry, he just moved on. Their karma, their actions defined them. Krishna didn't say, अरे थोड़ा तो मुझे गोरा बना देते, इतना काला क्या बनाया? Why did you make me so dark? And majority of you celebrate and believe in at least one God. So whom are you resentful towards? Whom do you even hate? And probably you are holding on to it life after life. Not even once. Are you ready to move on today? So in your diary, write 3 people. Even if you think you are resentful towards yourself, you also can be part of that. And write those 3 names. Simply whom you are resentful before I will start the meditation and the downloads to clear and cleanse that. We may not even be able to take in all the qualities. I will include that in the downloads to be able to listen to someone, not just hear them. And that is when you create the quality of being a good listener. सामने वाले को उनका sentence पूरा तो करने दो. Majority time, the habit is even they have not finished, you already have assumed what they are saying and you start answering out of your defense. You are in so much of a hurry. There are times people ask questions, they don't wait for the answer. They ask question and before somebody else finishes giving you the answer, they already have an assumed answer. They just ask you the question because they want to hear what they want to hear. If you are telling them, oh, you're so beautiful, they're like, What if you say something which they doesn't resonate? They're like, no, it's not like that. You don't understand. But they have not even finished. At least बोलने तो दो उनको पूरा. बाद में आप बोलने के बाद भी लोग इतने फास्ट रहते हैं, वो 1 सेकंड में समझ भी जाते हैं सामने वाला क्या बोल रहा है. Instantly they react. So when you react, you are not listening. It is your reaction. Are you ready to be a good listener? इतना बड़ा मुंह तो नहीं दिया है ना कि बोलते रहो. कोई भगवान को दिया इतना बड़ा मुंह signifying कि you all the time talk. That's why we started the session with don't listen to me, talk. I want to listen to you. मुझे आपको सुनना है, आप बताओ क्या है. So that is the third thing where 3 people who feels or who have complained and you also know at a deeper level, you never listen to them. Probably you are in disagreement on certain things, arguments, because your thought pattern and their thought patterns don't match. आप दोनों का एक फ्रिक्शन होता है, लेकिन आप वो सुनने के लिए तैयार ही नहीं. आपने ऑलरेडी अपने ही मन में कल्पना की है कि ये व्यक्ति ऐसी है, ये तो सुधर ही नहीं सकता, ये तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकता, ये ऐसे ही होगा, और आप उस कल्पना वाले अपने चित्र से बाहर निकलने के लिए भी तैयार नहीं हो. So who is this? Who are these people where you would really like to change it? Because same Ganesha with the trunk actually considered his parents as the entire universe. On Instagram, we have put a video on that also. And that is where in the video we have said, think out of the box, don't get into the herd mentality. Competition जब कार्तिकेय और गणेश के बीच में हुए कि भाई who will take the 3 rounds of the earth, Kartikeya started running and Ganesha thought about it. मेरे पास तो वाहन क्या है, चूहा है, इस चूहे पर करके मैं कहाँ, लाइक ये मेरे माँ बाप ही मेरा ब्रह्मांड है, तो मैं उनके ही 3 प्रदक्षिणा करूंगा. एंड पीपल रियली वर्शिप इट फॉर दैट, राइट. हम क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे पास गाड़ी नहीं, घोड़ा नहीं, साइकिल नहीं, मैं तो चल कर रहूंगा तो धीरे ही होगा ना. I don't have as much money as you have. Don't expect me to have something in life. Money is the real problem in my life. Ganesha didn't have a jet plane at that time. But the minute you open up the cage of your mind and think out of the box, you actually put into action what you really believe in. We go as Jain and tell people Jai Jinendra. कि हम आपके अंदर ही जिन यानी परमात्मा को, मैं आपके अंदर के परमात्मा को प्रणाम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वी नेवर मीन दैट. हम लोग हमेशा कुछ नमस्ते कि हम किसी और के अंदर के परमात्मा को नमन करते हैं. When we actually believe in what we are saying, that is what we start attracting. But how many of us actually do that? So learning to think out of the box, moving beyond your own paradigm, letting your consciousness shift by not being stubborn and rigid on a particular way, that, and not focusing on the drawbacks. मेरे पास तो एक चूहा है, मैं कैसे करूंगा? Not focusing on that. Thinking, what is the best way and how do I create the best life for myself? This is who I am. This is what I have. And what is it that, I can create where I'm joyous and happy every day in my life. And just the last thing, because otherwise we'll not have time to release all of them, being able to digest the realities of life, the qualities of people that we have seen and we have witnessed, keeping our focus on what we really want to achieve. And when I say what we, I mean soul and not simply the human form. हर एक दिन अपने आप को ये याद कराते हुए कि परमात्मा, मेरी आत्मा यहाँ क्यों आई है, मेरी जिंदगी का तात्पर्य क्या है, मेरा लक्ष्य क्या था और मेरा लक्ष्य पर मैं कहाँ चल रही हूँ या चल रहा हूँ. सिर्फ नहीं याद रहता तो आप लिख लीजिए, और सिर्फ सुबह अपने आप को एक रिमाइंडर दे दीजिए. यदि आप आज 4 क्वालिटी को ले रहे हो तो सिर्फ ये 4 क्वालिटी का एक रिमाइंडर दे दीजिए. आपके पास ज्यादा समय नहीं है तो भी चलेगा. वो 3 क्वालिटी जिसके लिए आप अपने आप को क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं, यू जस्ट कैन इमेजिन पिकिंग दैट अप एंड थ्रोइंग इट इन द डस्टबिन. Gone. And just saying one good thing about your that appearance. If you can't say good about your appearance, say I accept you and I love you. If you're criticizing your hair, say I love you. If you're criticizing your body shape, say I love you and I accept you. I have gratitude towards you. Have gratitude towards your eyes if you are criticizing, and say thank you. Because of you, I can see the beautiful world. I can see light. I connect to the light. I know what light feels like. So just whichever part you are still critical about, just write one good thing about it. How is that part serving you? If you feel you are overweight, if you feel you're diabetic and your pancreas are not working, if kidney is a problem, like anywhere, but what are they still doing? Like if you feel your arms, your thighs, anything that you are criticizing, what are they truly doing to you? How are they helping you? Write one good thing about it. Is this clear? Just develop that habit. A lot of you already have heard that, but just let एक ही quality. Let somebody else finish what they are saying. Let them finish the statement. And then if you can develop the quality of like that, what is it that they actually mean? I'm not even asking you to go deeper and say that if the person is actually being very illogical, the person is saying everything wrong. So then ideally it is, why is that person behaving like that? Why are they doing it? That is the next way to go about it. What could they have done differently which would have made you feel good? Where am I portraying the same quality? Where am I also doing the same thing to others or myself? This happened with me. If you can't digest it, although I cannot digest somebody shouting at me, and I can't let go of that, there's a lot of hatred. I can't forgive people. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. I want all of you together very quickly to do the B rounds with me. Quickly. Although I believe in the Lord Ganesha and the attributes, but when it comes to actually downloading and operating out of the Ganesha quality, I believe that it's not practical. How is it possible? कैसे हो सकता है ये? बोलने की बात है. वो भगवान है, मैं भगवान नहीं हूं. कि मेरे से possible नहीं है. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. फिर भी मैं अपने आप को संपूर्ण तरीके से प्यार करता हूँ, स्वीकार करता हूँ, स्वस्थ करता हूँ और एकत्रित करता हूँ. हालांकि किसी को सुनना ये बहुत ही साहजिक होना चाहिए, लेकिन मुझसे नहीं होता. I always react half the way because my past experiences gets triggered and I already assume this is what the person will say and I operate out of that. And immediately there is a reaction or I get numb. And that is also a reaction. Physically or mentally, I'm getting numb. That I don't speak, but I became completely quiet. And a part of me stops listening to what they are saying, stop even hearing to what they are saying. I become frozen, I become numb. Because so many times in the past, when I heard them, what they said made me very frigid, very frozen. I felt being rejected, unheard by. And I believe if people don't hear me, why should I hear them out? But my body, that is why I start reacting like that. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. Although it is not possible for me to accept myself in totality, there is something within me which I'm always criticizing. Either I'm criticizing on my physical appearance, मेरा ये अच्छा नहीं है, मैं काश मैं ऐसा ऐसा होता. या मेरे सराउंडिंग को काश और थोड़ा पैसा होता, काश और थोड़ा ये होता, काश लोग मेरे आसपास के अच्छे होते, काश लोग ऐसे बोलते, काश कुछ तो ऐसा होता जो मुझे नहीं चाहिए. I really wish people were more understanding, people were more loving, caring, more gentle to me. The life would have been more gentle to me. And I'm unable to accept people for who they are and what they are. Unlike like Ganesha, having so much acceptance, surrender, letting go, being one with Lord Shiva and not holding on to resentment. I can't let go of my resentment. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. Although I really do not know how to digest the experiences of life, because if I could digest, I could let go also very clearly, because our systems are created where what I take in, I take the things which are needed for me, that is called digestion. It is nourishing and nurturing my body, and then I evacuate and I let go of what is not needed, and that keeps the balance in the body. But somehow I'm unable to do that. It is not possible for me to digest people's behavior, what they do and how they do it. And obviously, when I can't digest, I hold on to it and I can't let go of that either. And then that gets stored into my own body in the form of a disease, pain, and disconnects me from who I truly am and disconnects me from my own divine self. But I'm still unable to do that and make that shift within my own consciousness. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. Although my physical self has a limitation, my physical form may have a particular consciousness. My physical self at the DNA level has stored all those past memories, and then I become the victim of my own cellular memories, and I operate out of that more, or I operate only out of my logic more than that deep wisdom which is there within me. My mental self has gone imbalance, and actually because I'm resentful, angry, hatred, certain chemicals are more and certain chemicals are less in my body. My emotional self has gone haywire. I'm unable to live every moment joyously, happily. I'm unable to laugh in every moment. I'm unable to be excited for life and what is happening in life and move on in life. And that emotional equilibrium has completely gone off. So my finances, I feel, are not in place. So my physical self, my mental self, my emotional self, my financial self may be an imbalance or is an imbalance. That's what I believe in and don't know what to do about it. But my spiritual self can never ever go off balance, and my spiritual self knows how to take care of all the other selves of mine, which is my physical, mental, emotional, and my financial self. Today, I choose to deeply and completely surrender all my other selves, my physical, mental, emotional, and financial self, to my spiritual self, to let my spiritual self take care of it. Just tap on your thymus point and just say, change, changing, it is changed. Change, changing, it is changed from being resentful in life, regretting situations and my own self, rejecting my own self and others, being disconnected with the divine self in me, to know that everything is possible and to let go of the resentment, regrets, rejections, hatred, grudges, prejudices I'm holding on to. Change, changing, it is change from the cage that I'm tied down in. मैंने अपने आप को जो जंजीरों से बांधा है, नफरत से, या काश ऐसा होता, इसमें से अपने आप को एक स्वीकृति की और अपने ही अंदर जो ज्ञान, जो प्यार छुपा हुआ है, उसके साथ जुड़ते हुए changing, it is changed. Being able to digest, accepting people for who they are, what they are, accepting the self of who I am and what I am. Changing, it is changed. From operating out of my weaknesses, my limitations, my limiting beliefs, to shifting my consciousness, moving beyond my paradigm, to connecting to the divine consciousness within me. Changing, it is changed. From feeling heavy, feeling bad, being unhealthy, to being healthy, feeling lighter, feeling happy, feeling joyous. Changing, it is changed. Changing, it is changed. And just take in a few deep breaths in. Visualize a beautiful light coming straight from the universe falling onto you. जैसे ये तेज रोशनी ब्रह्मांड में से सीधे आपकी ओर आ रही है और आपके शरीर के हर एक अणु परमाणु में एकत्रित हो रही है. Every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule is vibrating with the light now. And as you are in this light, do I have the permission to pull Cancer and Sun to God's light, the belief in you, that life is full of obstacles, be released and sent and cancelled, be sent to the light of the creator of all that is, to be resolved at the history level and to be replaced with life is joy, life is celebration. And to each one sitting here now, whoever says yes, and whoever says yes later while watching the video. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Changing this at all the 4 levels of your beliefs. So would you like to know the feelings of that? I know what it feels like to be focused on my purpose of life, and I understand my purpose of life through Creator's definition and perspective of the 7th plane. I know how to be focused on my purpose of life. I know how to operate with my element of joy and happiness. I know how to see from the perspective of the divine and the light and let go of the darkness in the form of my own thought patterns. I know what it feels like to be a good listener. I know what it feels like to be in the flow of the life and to operate in the flow of the life with the balance, understanding flow and balance through Creator's definition and perspective of the 7th plane of Creator of all that is. I know what it feels like to think out of the box and let go of the herd mentality. I know what it feels like to believe in my own self and to love myself. I choose to connect to the divine within me and to know that the God is right within me and to invoke the godliness in me and activate the God's gene in me without fearing being egoistic about it. I allow my consciousness to be merged with the consciousness of the divine. I know what it feels like to be able to see the different forms of the God. In the form of the consciousness, the qualities and the attributes that they possess and they have, and allowing myself to operate from the quality and the attributes they have into my own reality. I know how to do that, and it is safe and possible for me to operate from the divine consciousness and the wisdom within me. I allow my intuition and intellect to be in balance. I allow my own state of peace and the bliss to be within me. अपने आप की बुद्धिमत्ता वाक चातुर्य हर एक गुणों को मैं दैविक शक्ति और परमात्मा की व्याख्या और परिभाषा के हिसाब से समझता हूँ और समझती हूँ और अपने अंदर एकत्रित करती हूँ. Into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four levels of your beliefs, for your highest and best, and the highest and best possible way for each one. Whoever says yes, now and later, at the level of their acceptance and the language that their mind understands the best. हर एक व्यक्ति जो अभी हाँ बोलेगा या बाद में वीडियो देखते वक्त हाँ बोलेगा, ये हर एक भावनाएं उनमें एकत्रित की जाती है, उनके शरीर के हर एक अणु पे, उनकी सोच के चारों स्तर पर, उनके जिंदगी के हर एक पहलू में उनके सर्वोत्तम और सर्वोच्च के लिए इस भावनाओं को एकत्रित किया जाता है उन भाषा में जो भाषा उन्हें और उनकी आत्मा को समझ में आती है. और उनकी ग्रहण करने की शक्ति पर ये भावनाएं उनमें एकत्रित की जाती है. Please say yes to receive all the feelings that has been said. I understand rebirth of myself through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know what it feels like to connect to the nature and the five elements of the nature. I invoke and balance the five elements into me. And I know what it feels like to operate with the same. I know what it feels like to make the better version of myself in every reality and to operate with the same, and that it is completely possible. I understand what it feels like. The death of the evil in me, the death of the bad in me, eventually moving towards the state of nirvana through the definition of creator of all that is of the seventh plane, moving beyond the judgment of good and bad, and that it is possible in complete state of bliss, in complete surrender, in complete acceptance. Only the energy of pure love. I am the energy of pure love. I vibrate with the energy of pure love. I'm surrounded by the energy of the pure love, and I attract the energy of the pure love. To the greatest definition and perspective of the seventh plane of creator of all that is. I know how to do that easily, effortlessly, and gracefully. It is safe, it is possible, and I'm deserving of it. Into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs. For my highest and best, in the highest and best possible way, I know life is celebration through creator's definition and perspective. And I celebrate the life in every moment, joyously and happily, through creator's definition and perspective. Into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs. For my highest and best, in the highest and best possible way. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill these feelings into everyone who says yes now, in the language that they understand, for each one's highest and best. Now and later while they watch the video. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. I understand the way in which my soul chooses to evolve. And I understand enlightenment and the path of enlightenment with the balance of devotion and knowledge. I know what it feels like to allow myself to feel the enlightenment within myself with knowledge and devotion, understanding knowledge and devotion through creator's definition and perspective. भक्ति और ज्ञान के मार्ग से अपने अंदर की जागृति की अवस्था को ऊपर की ओर ले जाते हुए मुझे यह पता है कि सर्वसर्जनहार की व्याख्या और परिभाषा के हिसाब से निर्वाणा और मोक्ष की ओर बहुत ही आनंद और खुशी के साथ हर एक पल में कैसे जीना और इसी भावना को अपने आप में एकत्रित करते हुए आज मैं पूरी तरह इन्हें स्वीकार करती हूँ और करता हूँ. Into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of your body, into every area of your life, at all the four level of your beliefs, for each one's highest and best in the highest and best possible way. Please say yes to receive these feelings. Thank you. Taking a deep breath in, just feel the attributes and the qualities of Ganesha as if it is right in front of you. And those qualities being one with you, balancing your energy body and balancing your chakras. Feel this powerful vibration. Completely grounded. And connected to the energy of the creator of all that is. Feeling really, really good about yourself. Very happy, very joyous. With lots of gratitude and the devotion, joining your hands bowing your head down in complete surrender and acceptance to the Lord Ganesha with lots of gratitude to teach the major lessons of life, and let these qualities be bestowed on you all the time. Hare Gun. आप पूरे भाव से अपने दोनों हाथ जोड़कर नमन करते हुए, हे परमात्मा देव गणेशा, आपके हर एक गुण से आज से मेरी ऊर्जा उसी के साथ रहे और उसी के साथ में अपनी जिंदगी जीऊं। इस भावना के साथ इसे महसूस करते हुए, उसी को एकत्रित करते हुए, ग्रहण करते हुए, बहुत ही आनंद का अनुभव करते हुए, आप जब भी चाहे अपनी आंखें खोल सकते हैं। Feeling this joy, feeling really good, as and when you feel, you can come back to the room and open your eyes. That was true Ganesh Chaturthi. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all of you from Team Cesta, from me, Sangeeta Shah, from Richa. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all of you. May your life have a lot of prosperity. You be in that state of bliss all the time. And you be connected to the Ganesha consciousness and operate in your life daily. So wishing you all lots and lots of happiness, joy, and let you vibrate with the same. Share that energy with people around you, visualizing the world to be that place to be in. We'll see you all next Thursday. Remember the tasks that are given to you today. Remember, we have taken in only 4 things. Please make a note of it every day. If you forget, you can always switch on, go on the YouTube, switch it on, see it. The downloads are right there. Meditation is there. The guidance is there. So please listen to them. Again, remind yourself of our conversation and our understanding of the festivals. And then choose to operate, continue with your activities. That will make it a habit. And gradually, that is a good habit you are creating. That is your rebirth. Letting go of the habits which are blocking you and rebirth, where new habits, and it is fine to get addicted to those habits and operate from the same. So have a wonderful day, wonderful week. See you all next Thursday. Bye. Namaste.